fruits, nuts, and seeds.
Chapati, thank you for teaching us to be healthy.
The energy that I feel with these meals.
Chapati, that was really yummy.
Like a kid with new toys. Health is my greatest joy. Come and see, come and be with our host Chapati.
Hello, welcome. This is Food with Life.
I am your host Chapati. Today we'll be talking a bit about female hormones. Sometimes or many times when women get older, they lower the property of estrogen. I cannot tell you for myself, I don't have too much, so I'm not sure, but it is from what I understand. So we want to find out in terms of Ayurveda, why is it and how can we help the body to perhaps have a higher level of estrogen. With us today are wonderful doctors who come all the way from Mumbai, India, Dr. Sumita Prajapati and Dr. Dharmendra Dubey. Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
I asked you, tell me how we can pick up estrogen in terms of Ayurveda in our body.
In terms of Ayurveda, the condition which has too much vata, like if in the older age, in the females there is excess of air element coming and space element coming, and because of that the hormone glands start to dry up, and then there is a changes happening in our system that is called menopause.
Menopause. I don't think I have that. So I want to know about, in terms of the elements and the doshas, it's pretty much just a vata
Yes,
imbalance and there's too much air.
too much air and space element,
Space.
but sometimes depending on your imbalance, like if female is very thin and she has lots of air in her system, she may have different symptom than the female who is having lots of pitta or fire in her body. And there is another kind called kapha menopause, in that if the female is having lots of weight and she is feeling more lethargic, then that is a kapha type of menopause.
So there are different types.
Yes.
What are the specific signs of menopause that their life is turning around and they age 40 and they're not sure, or they're questioning why this is happening or that is happening? How can they know that they are beginning this phase?
Females are very smart. They get, as soon as the menopause comes, they try to understand the changes, what's happening in their body, physiologically, Like first thing, they start to get hot flushes, they start to get night sweats, they get difficulty in sleeping, they become anxious, more emotional. For simple thing, it hurts them, So they become very emotional, very sensitive. Then their colon get affected, their digestion get affected. So in many ways, if you see, they start to age faster as soon as the menopause is coming, and the periods, or the menses, they start to get very late, like before it was coming every month, now it is skipping. They get it sometimes 3 months, sometimes they get 6 months, so it becomes irregular menses. So these are some symptoms about the menopause, and as the estrogen level is going down and down and down.
So if it's dropping, we want to pick it up.
Yeah.
And we want to not be so much vata in our life. So vata is very much the aging sign. Yes?
Yeah.
So what can we do? What herbs or remedies can we take to increase that estrogen?
See, very good question, estrogen level, if you see in some Asian countries like Japan or India, I have not seen many female having this problem of low estrogen, and I have seen their diet is very rich, like simple soy products like edamame, fresh edamame. These are rich source of estrogen. There are certain spices like cinnamon, oregano. These are simple spices which always helps to improve the estrogen level, and everyone can use those things who are having this menopausal symptoms, in their diet, so that they can enhance their estrogen. Then there are very beautiful herbs according to Ayurveda, like shatavari. Shatavari is known all over the world. They can find it either in Indian grocery stores or some herbal stores, and they can take shatavari as a herb which will also make them more and more balanced. And there are lots of home remedies, which we can always share.
This is Food with Life. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life.
I am your host, Chapati. We have our wonderful doctors here, and I have a couple of questions for you. I'm wondering about the thing PMS. It is a big issue of talking amongst people. Is there something you can share with us about PMS from a point of view of Ayurveda?
Yes, PMS is premenstrual syndrome, and in this there are 3 different kinds depending on the imbalance in your system. If the female is having lots of air or vata in their system, then they will always experience just before the period, they will become a little bit more irritated, anxious, they will feel some palpitation, the sleep will be disturbed, they will feel more tiredness before the periods. And the periods will be always irregular. There is no fixed date. And the flow is very scanty and little bit dark black in color. Also, the second type of PMS is pitta imbalance. If they have lots of heat in their system, then just before the periods, they will experience migraine headaches or some skin irritation or itching, then burning hot feeling in the system, acidity, they will not sleep in the night. And this type of periods problems, they will always have heavy bleeding, and the periods would be more liquid and it would be dark red in the color. And the third type of PMS is called kapha PMS, and in this they will have very lethargic or tiredness feeling, then breast would be more tender. They will always experience that they are gaining weight like 1 or 2 pounds. They will have more weight before the periods, and the periods would be always very less in the flow, and they will be always like heaviness in the body when they are having menstruation.
It sounds like a very up and down thing going on with the ladies.
Yes.
Is there some way that they can stabilize the physiology so they're
Yes.
not all over the place?
Yes.
I imagine, to be with a lady who is like this is very difficult. So what is the best thing that someone can do?
Yeah, best thing is there are some herbs called shatavari. Shatavari is very good for balancing the hormones. Also, you must be knowing aloe vera.
Oh yes.
It is called as Kumari in Ayurveda.
Yes.
And Kumari is always beneficial for the females to regulate their periods.
Yes.
Also, there are some home remedies. Like if they are getting the periods little bit, scanty periods and painful periods and late periods, then in this kind of situation they can do one very good home remedy. Like they can take half a teaspoonful of ginger powder, then a pinch of asafoetida and a pinch of black pepper and half a teaspoonful of cumin powder. Just like boil it in a cup of water and drink it 2 times a day 1 week before the period starts, and continue this remedy till the period comes. And this will help them to get rid of the pain during the periods, and the flow would be more proper. And another problem, if they are having heavy menstruation or the menses comes very early, like within 15 days or 20 days or 25 days, if their periods is coming, then they can do very simple home remedy. In this they have to use cumin powder, coriander powder and fennel powder. All 3 should be in equal quantity. Just mix them together, keep it in a jar, and in 1 cup of water, take 1 tablespoon of the mixture, mix it and drink 4-5 times a day. Start it 1 week before the periods and take it till the period finishes. So slowly within 3 to 4 months, the period will start to become regular.
It'll be much more stable. So doctors, I have one more question to ask you before we take our break. What about ladies that have hot flashes? What can they do?
There is one very simple, beautiful home remedy for the hot flushes, but it is available only in Indian grocery stores. They are called takhmaria seeds, and they look like very small black seeds, tiny black seeds. So you have to take 1/4 teaspoonful of those seeds, soak it overnight in a cup of water. In the morning they will become like a white bubble. So just take those seeds, put it in any milk you like, and then have it in the morning. If you don't like milk, you can mix it with water also and take it. So first 3-4 days, you will feel that the hot flushes are increasing. But after 5th or 6th days, slowly it will start to disappear.
This is Food with Life. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life.
My name is Japati, your host. We've just been talking with our wonderful doctors about female hormone problems. And now we're going to find out a little bit about the foods we can eat or the women can have to help us with the female problems. I have a question to ask them first, and you listen close, because you know, my wife, when she turned 50 years old, it was very confusing to me. She was turning red all the time, and I didn't know what was going on. And it was middle of winter, you know, it was about 30 to 40 degrees, and she always wanted me to turn on the air conditioner. I said, what is the problem with you, honey? What is the problem? I'm not sure what it is. And you can tell me what is the hot flash and how can the recipe dish we're going to make help ladies with this type of thing?
Yes, we have a very good recipe today for you as well as for your wife, you know.
Oh.
So that will take care of the hot flushes of your wife, so you don't have to worry about her. So we have a very good recipe. What we are using today is some soaked soybeans, you know, and we are put it in a pressure cooker, and we will use 4 cups of water in it. So in a half a cup of soybeans, you know, we are using 4 cups of water, and then we will keep it on a stove for half an hour on medium to low fire.
Oh.
So once this soybeans are cooked, then we will add other vegetables.
Okay, I'll time it with my timer. Timeless timer says, okay, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Good. So what would be the next thing that we're going to do?
We will add the vegetables, which are very interesting vegetables, which works on the hormones, and it will help in PMS also.
What are the 3 types of TMS?
It is not TMS, it is PMS,
Oh.
means
Sorry.
premenstrual syndrome. Like there are 3 types of premenstrual syndrome according to Ayurveda, depending on your imbalance. If a female is having Vata imbalance, then they will experience more mood swings, anxiety, palpitation, depressed feeling, disturbances in the sleep and lack of energy before the period. And they will always have a late or irregular period, and the flow will be very, very less.
I don't think this is a problem I have to worry about, is it?
No, you don't have to worry about
Okay, okay, I understand. And what is the next type of TMS?
Second type of PMS is Pitta PMS, that means Pitta premenstrual syndrome. The females who has Pitta imbalance, they will always experience more anxiety or anger, frustration, and late sleep or disturbed sleep or no sleep even. And they will also experience migraine headaches and feeling hot flushes. And these symptoms would be always before the periods, and the periods would be always little early, and the flow will be very heavy.
Oh, it's early then, Jim, you don't know when it's going to happen, yes?
Yeah.
Unpredictable.
Unpredictable.
Is there anything more, any more types of PMS?
Yes, there is the third type of PMS called Kapha premenstrual syndrome. In this, the female will feel more lethargic, the breast will become more tender, they will feel more heaviness in the body, and always they will find on the weighing machine before the periods, they are having 1 or 2 pounds more weight. So they will feel that they are gaining weight, but it is nothing but the water retention in the system before the periods, and the periods will be always late and the less flow will be there, and they will always experience some whitish kind of discharge during or before the periods.
Okay, the timeless timer says 30 minutes is ended.
Okay.
What should we do now?
First we are going to add the bunch of asparagus, 1 bunch of asparagus into our soybean. Then we will add fresh fennel, like a cup. And Chapati, can you mix it?
Yes, yes, please.
And we can add some spices like coriander, 1 teaspoon. cumin 1 teaspoon. And if you like, you can always also add fennel powder 1 teaspoon in that. And once it is cooking, let it cook for 10 minutes. Again, if you want, you can close the lid or you can just open and keep. So cook it for minimum 10 minutes, and then we will come back and we will add some of the basil and parsley in that.
So tell me, why are we using asparagus here?
We are using asparagus because in the hormonal imbalance, mostly the female, they have the lack of sexual desire. And asparagus has a natural quality to improve the sexual desire. So we are using asparagus. And we are using the fennel, also. And fennel is for cooling. So they calm their mind, so they don't get angry and irritated.
I think it's ready, yes?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
You can always garnish this with basil, fresh basil and parsley.
Why are we putting on the basil and the parsley at this time?
They will help a lot for removing the extra water retention, improving the digestive fire and mental stability. Also, you can always put some ghee if you like.
Oh,
And it will taste very good and it will keep the mind relaxed and calm.
very good.
And add a little salt for taste.
Oh. Now I wonder if I eat this, if this would help my wife.
Yeah.
I very much want to thank our wonderful doctors for helping us and guiding us with this difficulty with female hormones. I want to thank you for watching Awake and Bake. I am your host, Chapati. Stay with us. We have one more thing to show you with our doctors. We'll be here and looking to see you very soon. Have a good day, a wonderful evening, and enjoy your meals. And the ladies, have fun with the food.
This is Food with Life. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life.
I am your host, Chapati. We have come to our second part of cooking, dealing with female hormones. And we have our wonderful doctors here to tell us ways that women can deal with growing a little bit older and how it affects the body. You know, I have heard that the women in Japan have less menopause problems. Is it true?
Yeah, that's very much true. In Japan, the women, they face less menopausal problem. They don't get that much hot flushes or osteoporosis, And have you heard about edamame?
Oh yes, my mom is doing fine. I just spoke to her last week, but thank you for asking.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about mami, I'm talking about edamame. It's a beans, And in Japanese it is very famous, and most of the Asian countries also it's very famous. They use in their regular diet. So this is edamame. So many times you get frozen in the Western countries because it's hard to find, but in the Asian countries you can get it fresh. So when you get edamame frozen or the fresh edamame, it's always advisable for them to cook it for 5 to 10 minutes. So it becomes soft and easy to eat. And just you have to have, so this is a steam edamame or cooked for 5 to 10 minutes. You have to just put little salt on that, and it's ready to eat. Now it depends what kind of salt you are using, It's always advisable to use natural salt or sea salt or pink salt, rather than salt which has a lot of sodium in that. So try to use sodium free salt. So your edamame is ready.
So it is very much like a snack.
It's very much like a snack.
You show me how to eat. I've not tried it before and I want to watch.
It's very easy. You have edamame and just
Good.
and remember to eat only the beans rather than the skin,
Yes.
And it's good of lot of estrogen in that.
Estrogen in it, yes. How long does it have to steam for?
It has to be steamed for more than 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, short time.
Yeah, and it takes care of lots of hormonal problems.
There is one more thing you want to show us that is good.
Yeah.
What is it there? It looks very much like the eggs for a jellyfish, yes?
It is not a jellyfish.
This is a vegetarian chef.
This is a vegetarian plant seeds, and the name of seed is called Tak Maria. And they are always available in Indian grocery stores. And this is very good for hot flushes. And it gives very fast result. Within 4 to 5 days, your hot flushes will start to reduce, and it will be gone within few weeks.
Oh, very good.
So what you have to do is you have to take Tak Maria seed, quarter teaspoonful, soak it overnight in a cup of water, and in the morning you have to strain the water away, take the seeds, mix it with 1 cup of any milk and drink it in the morning.
Oh, so it is whole milk, or it could be what? Almond milk, or
Whatever milk you prefer,
any type of milk?
any type of milk.
And if you don't like milk, you can just mix it in a water and drink it in the morning. And this not only for the hot flushes, but it will help to reduce your perspiration and the night sweats also.
Would it be possible, if you have it just with milk, to make it sweeter, you could put some honey?
No, honey becomes little contraindicated with milk, so you can use some raw sugar to make it more tasty.
So how do you do? Do you swallow it, or what is the way to take it?
The seeds are already mixed in the milk. You don't need to chew it. They are very small, tiny seeds, and you can just swallow the seeds along with the milk.
Okay. Well, I very much want to thank our Dr. Sumita Prajapati and Dr. Dharmendra Dubey, who have come all the way from India to very much tell us about things that can help women in their older part of their life with the hormones and menopause and things. My name is Japati. I want to thank you very much for watching, and I want all the women watching to be healthy and have happy hormones. Take care of yourself and be well. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks for watching Food with Life.
Thank you for your recipes.